A viewer asked me to remake my film with MiniMax H3, so I did. The same story, no manual edits, and the results were competitive with Seedance 2, but there's a catch. Price. Let me show you what I mean. So that's the remake, and honestly, it went remarkably well. I remade this video using MiniMax H3 because a viewer asked, and I really wanted to believe that this model had the ability to at least be competitive with the Seedance models, particularly Seedance 2.0, because this model is getting a lot of hype right now. So before you go, let me show you how this was made, and more importantly, show you what it costs, because this is not the story I wanted to have to tell you. So as you can see, I built this inside of OpenArt, and that's also where I did my Seedance 2 testing for this. If you didn't see that video, it's a good video. It's a comparison of Seedance 2 with Pixverse C1 because Pixverse C1 is a lot cheaper. So the question was, if you ran a long enough video, does the cheaper model actually, is it really cheaper? It turned out that it wasn't. But I will leave a link to that at the end of this video because I'm reusing a lot of the assets to test MiniMax H3. So all I did to recreate this video was go to the final scenes of each Seedance 2 rendering for the scenes for the story. So for instance, this is the first one. I went here, then I said recreate this video. It's going to reuse all of the assets that were used, the character reference, the capsule layout, the storyboard, and the entire prompt. And that's it. Then I just, well, here we're at the Seedance 2 model because that's what it was. So then I switched that to MiniMax H3. We see a new price, 900, but that's it. It's literally all I did to recreate the story. I did this for each scene, and shockingly, I didn't have to regen a single video. Every single video worked the first time. Unbelievable. Now, the caveat with MiniMax is that you can't actually set the resolution. You're going to get 2K, so you don't run it real at a lower resolution like 480p and then upscale like I do with Seedance 2. So it's 900. There's no way you can reduce that, and you don't have to upscale when you're done. But for comparative purposes, The Seedance 2 version, when I do that and run it at 480p, is 525, and then you would upscale it, which is another 100, so it's 625. So it is cheaper, believe it or not, with the Seedance 2 model versus the MiniMax H3 model. So in the end, I went through every one of these scenes and did this. Now keep in mind that there was a lot of things that was saved because of this, like the storyboard for the first scene. You can see I had multiple storyboards. Well, with this one, we just used one. So, and that's true across every scene. So because this test was run before, I didn't have to go through everything step by step and recreate everything from scratch. The generations turned out fantastic. There was a couple of problems, like for instance, in this video, where you're leaving the capsule, but it acts like you're walking down a hallway. I had the exact same problem with Seedance 2, so I just cut that part out in the video editing software. But as you can see, here is the video section inside of Filmora. These are full-length videos, just minor cuts coming out of them, but these are all full-length 15-second clips. I didn't need to do much editing at all, which is very unusual, very unusual. So that's how this video was created. Let's go look at how much it costs to do it. So with MiniMax H3, in terms of credits, I spent 9,000 OpenArt credits on the video and about 1,000 for the storyboards and the character references that we would have had to pay if we were generating them from scratch. I just added them up, multiplied it by the price. So overall, about 10,000 total credits, but there's a caveat, and that caveat is, like I mentioned, I only needed to do 10 generations, which is still a very, that looks favorably upon the model because, you know, it tracked the prompt precisely. I didn't need to regen anything, but when I did the same thing in Seedance 2, because I had to make corrections to the storyboards and to the prompts and everything, it actually was 48 generations. So it was a lot more effort to do that inside of Seedance 2, and its total cost was only $11,609. So when you look at these two prices, if there would have even been a slight difference in regens, like for instance, we're creating our storyboards and we're fixing the prompts, it would have only taken 2 little mistakes, and we would have ended up costing more with the MiniMax H3. And therein lies the problem, right? So if we were doing this from scratch and we had to do 20 plus more gens of the video like we had to do with Seedance 2, it would have added 18,000 credits to the price because it's 900 credits per generation. So what did this mean in US dollar costs? Well, if you're on the Wonder plan at OpenArt, which I am, and if you're at the Ultra plan at Higgsfield, the 3,000 credit level, these are your costs at today's prices. In OpenArt, the best case scenario, meaning you run this the way you are, and well, you run it just the way we did, and we don't have to regen everything, it was $16.51. Now, if we had to recreate something similar to the way we did in Seedance 2, where we were fixing things along the way, this is the worst case scenario. And the truth is, you're probably going to land somewhere in the middle. And in Higgsfield, on the 3,000 credit plan, you are in, it's actually 2442 and best case scenario, and 6402 for the worst case scenario. Again, you're probably really going to land somewhere in the middle. But that's to give you a general idea of costs when you are actually working your way through a storyboard and your prompts and fixing things as you go. You're not going to get the best case scenario. Hopefully you won't get the worst case scenario. Seedance 2.5 is live, so that's what I'm going to be working on next. I'm Steve. I hope you've enjoyed today's learning adventure, and I hope to see you around for the next one.